Welcome to John S. Sports Channel and Week 36 League One games Set B. So we're going midweek games and we're going to start with Exeter versus Mansfield. Now, obviously, last time out, Exeter won Shrewsbury. A lot of you thinking, well, that was going to be obvious, wasn't it? But Shrewsbury, they could have provided quite a good, resilient defence against the Exeter side, but we did see that Exeter had about the same amount of possession, 48%, but they actually attacked and let shots off 15 times, 5 on target, 2 in the net. Shrewsbury Town, 52% possession, 8 shots, 2 on target, none in the net. Now, we know Shrewsbury can attack. They can do a good game of football, and we know they can attack if the situation in the game goes to plan. Didn't quite did it this time, and unfortunately, it was an Exeter win. A lot of people thinking on the internet that they might just start to quiver a little bit, Exeter, and start to drop down a little bit too far, and now they're in 18th, so good position. I think they can stay out of the relegation fight. Who have they got below them? They've got Peterborough and Bristol Rovers below them. Both teams who you wouldn't expect to be down there, really. I wouldn't. So they're playing Mansfield, a team that really has had a torrid time until the last 6 games. Look, they can have a really good defence. They play really pretty football, as Roy would tell me. I'm sure he's watching this. Draw, lose, draw for Mansfield. And they seem to be just pulling things back. The defence seems to be, for me, the main thing that they've improved. If they can get somebody to score goals and put the ball in the back of the net, obviously their main striker is Lee Gregory is out for the season, so it's going to be really difficult. Exeter, on the other hand, draw, win, lose, draw, win. They're slightly better positioned here in that they are starting to just get more points, which is, at the end of the day, the important thing, isn't it? What do we see from this game? I think there's a lot of people thinking that that Mansfield might be able to pull something, a rabbit out of the hat. I think that defence has been really critical. 1 goal let in the last 2 games, 2 goals let in the last 3. I think in the last 3 games they've really showed a good resilience at the back. I'm going to go Exeter 0. Mansfield 1, and I'm going to go on to the next game. So, okay, we will keep on with the list as it is. So, Birmingham fans, please do stay on. It does help the channel, even if you don't want to. Birmingham, last time out, Lincoln City 1-0 win. Yeah, I really did think they'd do better. They did have, I do believe, they did have Jay Stansfield there and got a yellow card. However, I think the main thing here is that they had to do with a 71-minute penalty. Following up from a 3-1 defeat to Bolton. Look, they've got injuries. I don't doubt that. But they're playing at home this time, and the pitch is designed for their style of play and for their how much running they want to do width ways. So it's absolutely critical they get off to a good start against Stevenage, because Stevenage are at the minute doing not so bad. 12th position against first place Birmingham. They tend to either win or lose it, because it's 13 wins, 9 draws and 13 defeats. You can see that there's very little draws in this. In fact, 2 draws out of their last 6. Draw, lose, win, draw for Stevenage. The last time out against Mansfield, who, like I said, they're not really great at going forward and scoring. They're good at going forward. They've got great, pretty football, but they just don't score very much. This new guy that they've got, this youngster that scored last home game, wasn't it? Let's see whether he can carry on. Peterborough 6 games ago was the last draw, 1-1. And I have to think that with the improved defence, they probably deserved that one draw against Stevenage. But yeah, they're not doing too bad. Two wins out of their last 6. They're starting, I think, to gain a little bit of momentum up that table. It's quite flat up there. It would only take another couple of wins out of the next 3, and they'd be pushing well up the table from their 12th position, so into that mid-upper half. Having said that, their games are very, very low on points, and several times I've seen Stevenage matches and thought, this is not one for the football enthusiast. A neutral is going to get very bored here. 1-1, 1-0 defeat, 1-0 win, 2-1 defeat, 1-0 win, 1-1 draw. There's not many goals in here, is there? Great defence, absolutely brilliant defence, but they're like Mansfield. They really don't score very much, but they've got great defence, which probably means it was a damn good match. Very evenly matched. 1-1 draw against Mansfield, probably deserved it. But Birmingham win, draw, win, lose, win. They know how to win, and they know what to do to get those 3 points. Usually. They didn't quite do it against Bolton. However, they didn't have Jay Stansfield. There were a few injuries in there. And I don't really think that Bolton have the same sort of injury issues. They will have injury issues, and they will have players that are a little bit fatigued. However, I think that Birmingham still have the edge here. I think that they will win this one. I think it's going to be Birmingham 1, Stevenage 0. I think they'll do just enough to win this one. Try and nurse this team back to full fitness. And I think that it's another win on at home soil for Birmingham. And we'll go to the next game, which is Bristol Rovers versus Bolton. We'll just be talking about Bolton. So, Bristol Rovers versus Bolton. Bristol Rovers last time out, pretty even game against Huddersfield. Bolton last time out, 2-1 winners. So Bristol Rovers 1-0 winners against Huddersfield. Bolton 2-1 winners against Burton, but they didn't actually give a really good account of themselves. You would expect them to be attacking more often, or a little bit more technical ability. So 9 shots at target for Bolton, only 2 on target, but both were goals. So 2 on target, 2 in the net. That you would expect, because that's how they won Birmingham. So I'm thinking, with their absolute prowess in front of goal, you get that shot on target. This team seems to be able to just get it in the net. Hell, if they could get more of those off wayward shots on target, how many could they score? Burton Albion, I just think that they didn't. They had 12 shots, 6 on target, 1 in the net. They're just showing. They showed how poor that side is at the minute. Just don't seem to have got that. I think it's more a mental attitude, which Bolton have at the minute. Certainly after winning Birmingham. Bristol Rovers, though, they have started. They're a little bit up and down at the minute, and the last 2 games, a win against Huddersfield, draw 0-0 against Shrewsbury. They played pretty awful against Rotherham. 3-2 defeat against Rotherham at home. So what we got? Bristol Rovers win, lose, draw, win. Bolton, lose, win, draw, win. We have to think about Bolton here, don't we? I think, I think that Bristol Rovers will score. I don't know why. I just think that they've got the ability to score, and at home, I think they'll turn up. I think they'll show a good side of them. I think it'll be Bristol Rovers 1, Bolton 2, and we'll move on to the next game. So, Crawley versus Charlton. Crawley last time out against Reading. This was a really boring game. There was only 3 shots on target in the entire game. Not a good one for the football purist. Charlton versus Stockport was a strange one. Stockport were well on top here for the entire game. They were the home side. I don't think Charlton do very well away from home, do they? And that's what I'm thinking here. They seem to be just sticking a little bit away from home. We said that last time, the time before that away from home, 2-1 winners away at Leyton Orient, and they were firing on all cylinders at the time. So let's think about this one carefully. Crawley, draw, lose, draw, or Charlton, who have the ability to be really technical, don't they? And they're up there for a reason. Where are they at the minute? They're in 5th. And Crawley are in 22nd. I think this will go the way of the table. I just can't see it being anything else. Charlton with the win, lose, win, draw. Yeah, the only defeat in there was a 1-0 defeat away at Birmingham, for heaven's sake. And for some strange reason, Charlton sat back and parked the bus. I really didn't think they'd do it, but they did. Of course, if it wasn't that case and Sky videos were totally wrong, then please do tell me, Charlton fans, because that's the way that the Sky pundits replayed the game for me. I think that it's going to be a Charlton win. I really can't see any other way. I'm going to have to go with will Crawley score? I think they will, because they're really good at home, and they're really good at home in the first half. They score the most goals. I'm going to go really mad here. I'm going to go Crawley 2, Charlton 3. How about that one? We'll go on to the next game, shall we? So, Blackpool, Cambridge, and Blackpool, pretty even game against Barnsley, I thought. Barnsley didn't do too badly, but they just seem to be in a rut, don't they? And it was 3 shots on target for Barnsley out of 17. It was 8 shots on target for Blackpool out of 19. So not a great deal of difference. Barnsley kept the ball a little bit more, did a little bit more passing, but didn't really do much, didn't do enough with it to warrant getting any points out of it. Cambridge, on the other hand, played Wigan and actually had the better play in this game. And they came away 1-0 defeat. They came away with a 1-0 defeat, which was quite shocking. And they've played a couple of good games and not got anything from them. And yeah, they can do this. But against a Blackpool side that seems to be digging in. And I'm looking at it and thinking, most of the time they've got a damn good defence, especially at home. And I can't see Blackpool letting one in. For that reason, I think that Cambridge will find it difficult to get a goal against a Blackpool side that has a really good home record in defence. I'm going to have to go with Blackpool 2, Cambridge 0. And we'll go on to our last game, which is Reading versus Wrexham. Now, Reading, last time out, Crawley draw 1-1 with Crawley equalising in the 90th minute. And I really thought they were going to win this one. But in the end, they succumbed to that last minute goal. Crawley, 7 shots, 1 on target, 1 in the net. I mean, how unlucky can you get? Reading, 6 shots, 2 on target, 1 in the net. Not one for the purists. 3 goals in the end. 3 shots on target in the entire game. Yeah, I agree. Wrexham, last time out against Rotherham, 1-0 winners. However, Rotherham are playing pretty poorly. I have to look at the history here, guys. Reading, draw, win, draw, win, draw, draw. Being unlucky against Crawley, I think they can at home do really well, and that possession they can turn into goals, usually. Wrexham, lose, win, draw, draw, win, win. But the last 2 wins are against 2 pretty poor sides at the minute. Huddersfield, who just don't seem to be clicking at all at this point in time, and Rotherham, who certainly aren't clicking any time this season. Now, I think that this is going to be a really difficult game because Wrexham want to keep up the pressure at the top, and with them in third place with Stockport just 6 points behind them. This could be really important because it puts them on the same number of games as Stockport. So where do I see this one going? I think that Reading are going to score, but I think it's going to be Reading 1, Wrexham 1. Thank you very much for watching. John Essex Sports Channel, like and subscribe, and I get more of this and a live on Saturday usually. John Essex Sports Channel, thank you for watching.